What is up, everybody? This is the Craphead Gamer, bringing you something kind of interesting here. We were recording what I thought was going to be another episode of the new Anna series, and it's not like it didn't work out well. It's just, I think, for the sake of her well-being and everyone else's well-being, probably shouldn't continue with that game. It's not quite Legend of Zelda where you had to have the map, but it's pretty damn close because there is no map. At least I haven't been able to figure out where the hell the map is. So you're literally just running around and hoping you find where you need to go. And that's fine, but it's a bit time consuming, especially when you're recording. And I don't think a lot of people want to watch me run around with like a chicken with his head off. So I have an idea, pretty solid idea of what I'm going to end up doing instead for the new Anna series, which she actually kind of hinted towards. So that's a huge reason why I think we'll end up doing it anyways. But we'll see how it goes. But for now, I wanted to post something. So this is supposed to be old commercials that would be quote unquote politically incorrect today. This is by, if I go up here, FredFlix, and there was nothing wrong with these TV ads at the time, but they wouldn't air these. Oh wait, I'm offended days. Okay. I don't know where this person stands in terms of that Weaves acting Japanese looked as ridiculous then as it does now. Anyways, okay, well there's something Japanese on here, so I can kind of relate and commentate on that. But these are supposed to be very politically incorrect commercials in today's day and age, and I want to see. I'm not one to assume everything should be politically incorrect nowadays, but I am open and willing to understand the idea of why it would be really, really offensive. But I guess it just depends on your disposition towards certain things. Some people don't really care, some people really do. So I'm curious how insensitive these commercials are, and then we'll just we'll go from there. I just, in case anyone doesn't know, I am predominantly white. I do have a Spanish and I depends on how you want to look at it, but Italian ancestry, predominantly Slavic, German, Irish, Scottish, Scandinavian, and then I'm Japanese, and my grandmother is actually full-blooded Japanese, and that's the ethnicity that I most heavily associate myself with, even though I don't look like it. So I am, pretty diverse enough to have some sort of perspective on what I'm about to see, but I'm curious. What were some of the commercials back in the day? So hopefully you all will just look at this with an open mind and realize that I'm not. What I say about these is from my own perspective, but everyone's perspective is completely different. I'm just really curious. I mean, commercials have changed, year to year, decade to decade. So what were the commercials like back then? Obviously, you can tell these are black and white, so that should at least date them to a certain extent. But let's see what they're all about. Here we go. There you go, FredFlix. I was not born 50 years ago, first off. Definitely not alive. So that's okay.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around.
Well, I already get it.
When there's no man around, Goodyear should be.
Oh, man. Ooh.
New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool, but yeah, there are plenty of women I have met in my life that know how to repair a tire. So, understand that one. Not gonna lie, still kind of a neat commercial outside of that. Oh, Kool-Aid kids in Japan.
Kool-Aid kids in old Japan rode rickshaws everywhere. But when the kids sat down to eat, they sure did miss their favorite treat. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. Wish we had some, can't wait. A story man who heard the kids then clapped his hands and said,
Hi, Kool-Aid keeps me very wise. Stand by, please, for big surprise. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great. Once you try this, no
Wow, this one is really, really racist.
But you love my whole family. Father, mother, Japanese boy, Japanese girl. A package makes 2 full quarts. Cost only 20 yen. Just 5 cents. With lots of ice. So nice.
the Kool-Aid kids are off again to visit other lands. Be sure to join them when they do.
Join them in some Kool-Aid too. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, so great.
First off, the fact that they actually pronounce Kool-Aid the correct way is racist within itself because they wouldn't pronounce it correctly. Oh my God. And that's a big thing that I think is overlooked a lot of times, nowadays because of all the tragedies and the unfortunate, horrific things that are going on with the Muslim population, and then obviously the black community is Asians, and it's kind of coming back sadly. That was a big thing back in the 90s, especially in LA with the Koreans. But that kind of racism, I think, gets overlooked a lot nowadays, and yikes, that's pretty damn awful. I think anyone in this day and age with some sort of soul, some sort of heart, is going to sit there and go, oh my God, you don't even need it. As a Japanese person, I know that that's ultra insensitive because they're not even speaking, English in a way that a Japanese person would be. And just, oh my God. That was pretty rough. Okay, women who rate A. Okay.
Every man's fantasy. Just like you did. Morgan Fairchild, Linda Carter, Kathy Lee Crosby, Victoria Principal, and much, much more. They're the sexiest super ladies on the scene. They're the women who rate a 10 later tonight.
I don't, and I'm a man, obviously, but I don't think, for the most part, this is that. I think the thing that I've never been into the idea of personifying women as being a certain type of grade, because there are gorgeous women that do not fit what they consider. The thing that bothers me is the women who rate it 10, because how can you rate one type of beauty versus another type of beauty? And that's the thing that bothers me, because again, I've met some beautiful women over the years that would not fit the quote 10 rating that this is talking about right now. But the fact that they are, I think, exposing and advertising this idea of women who rated 10, I think is the most sickening part of all. I can understand when they would be like, okay, well, these are the most beautiful women, blah, 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 nowadays, most beautiful men. Because they do the same thing with men nowadays, with actors and whatnot. And I think if you would dress it a certain way, I guess it's not necessarily terrible. But this is where, if you're a woman, especially during this time period, and they're saying, well, this is a 10, and you're trying to compare yourself, which is not fair. You should never be comparing yourself to anyone anyways, because literally, if you look in the mirror, there ain't no one that looks like you. I don't care how close, unless you're a twin. That's kind of a unique situation, but you should not be comparing yourself to anyone. The idea is you should care about who you are, and you should love who you are. And it is not easy, especially for women. Unfortunately, it is even harder considering the world we live in nowadays, where everyone is held up on this weird sexual pedestal. So I get why this is politically incorrect, just with the words right there, women who rate a 10. But I can kind of also, I think nowadays, if it's worded differently, if it's expressed differently, and then if there's a variety, having the most beautiful such and such and such, people, I don't think is so bad, but it just matters how you address it and how you display it and advertise and whatnot. So, anyways, oh boy.
This is the story of a little bull who wanted to sing, but sing in a special way. His ambition was to sing in the Bull of the Woods Quartet.
Rich and Mild. No, you must sing deeper.
Rich and mild.
You see, Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco is rich. It's mild, too, and your voice must express that mildness. Rich and mild. Deeper. Rich and mild. Fuller.
And so the little bull worked and sang and kept singing. His voice got richer and fuller and sweet as Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco, until that great day when he got his wish.
Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods, long until there can't be beat. Rich and mild, chewing tobacco. Man, it's good chewing tobacco. Bull of the woods, chewing tobacco. Smooth and tasty chewing treat.
Yeah, I can relate to this one. And funny enough, the woman, I don't think I mentioned in this one, but one of the ultra VIPs of this channel, actually the other day mentioned that I had a ASMR voice, and I don't normally, and shame on me, I guess then, think of people with voices like mine to be ASMR. I consider my voice to be rather on the high side, and so I can relate to this poor bull initially, but essentially this is "Are you a man?" versus "Are you a man?" kind of thing, and that's wrong in so many aspects, but that is something that I think a lot of men have to deal with, is if you don't have that deep resounding voice, you are looked at differently. Not so much nowadays, I think, but back then that would have been a big deal. If you had a higher pitched voice, you were looked at as being less manly and less strong and all that, which is pretty bizarre. And yet I'm still stuck in that, because I still believe that I sound like a small child, so but thank you, Anna, for thinking that my voice has that ASMR kind of sound to it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I understand why this one would be an issue, and of course it's chewing tobacco, which is a problem within itself. Hey, if you want to use chew, hey, you do your thing. I have no reason to, or I have no right to say what I want to say. I'm sitting here with some golden goodness, so you know what I'm saying. But anyways, here we go. Let's continue on.
faster, more delicious. Try it. Yeah, beech nuts the tobacco you choose.
Okay. I'm actually going to go pee, because this one's going to take a little bit. I think. So, I'm going to go do a commercial, and we'll be right back. Let me pause everything. At least, recording-wise, be back shortly. Alrighty. I think this might have the I think this one is not terribly politically incorrect. It depends on where you're at. I think one of the things, obviously, is it's chewing tobacco. And you don't really see tobacco commercials nowadays. So if that's the whole reason why this is on here, well, okay. Well, sure, I get it. But I also think they were appealing to a certain group of people. The manly man, you know, the ones that work with their hands, and the blue collar man, and all that kind of stuff. So I guess I don't know if that would necessarily be politically incorrect. I think the main reason this is politically incorrect is just the fact that it's chewing tobacco. And again, what commercials do you see nowadays where they actually talk about tobacco? They don't anymore, because now we all know how not good tobacco is for people. And so you see nowadays, most of the time, it's those truth commercials where they talk about how the tobacco, and which I haven't even seen those in years, but how the tobacco industry has been targeting. Oh, I guess you see those ones where they talk about how secondhand smoke can seep through cracks and everything. I guess that's the closest thing nowadays that you get. So that's probably why this one is politically incorrect. So nothing. It's terrible, you know, that they're mentioning tobacco and trying to push tobacco. But compared to some of the other ones, this one's not too bad, I would say. Oops. What's next? Oh boy. Hopefully we're still okay. There we go. Wow, the Flintstones.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney? Yeah, I hate to see them work so hard. Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Wow.
We ought to do something, Fred. Okay? How's about taking a nap? I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
Oh my God.
Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend. Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it. Up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for good flavor and fruit smoke.
Holy.
Barney, Winston tastes good, like cigarette.
Holy crap. Well, would you pause? Damn it. Holy smokes. Okay, so there's obviously two major things here. One, this is a tobacco commercial again. But this is being done with a kid's cartoon, or it should be a kid's cartoon. Oh my god, I didn't even know about this kind of stuff. And then obviously the Flintstones have gone on over the years, and obviously they haven't been using tobacco or advertising tobacco products. So, holy shit, there. But just the fact that they talk about, oh, the women are doing all the work, let's not watch, let's go do something else. Yeah, that's not good at all. That is pretty fucked up. So, wow, this is a pretty gnarly commercial. And again, on top of it all, it's a damn kids cartoon that they're doing this with. That blows my mind. That this is a kids cartoon and it's advertising cigarettes. So that should tell you the time period. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's gnarly. Okay.
I bought the fresh stick, just as you told me.
Oh boy.
You're absolutely right. It's neat and quick, and it goes on dry.
Oh boy.
It did make me feel cool and sweet, just as you said. I did everything you said, but my boss still hasn't asked me to lunch.
Unlike some deodorants, Fresh doesn't guarantee you'll get ahead in business. All Fresh does is keep you fresh.
When you think of it,
Oh
that's quite a lot.
my god. Okay, so my brain was thinking way more modern. I was thinking a different deodorant for a different part of the body, first off. So shame on me for that. That was pretty stupid on my part. Yeah, that's relevant even today. You know, with a lot of the things that's been going on with Trump, with Matt Gaetz, with a number of politicians in particular. The idea that women have to sleep their way into better jobs, and that is pretty disgusting, and it sucks that that's what it was. And unfortunately, even in 2021, where it still kind of seems to be in some ways, but that is blatantly politically incorrect. That was pretty awful. But absolutely true, and for that time period, and it's a educational piece that was just okay. That could be a damn commercial. I mean, if you think about it, with all these things, these were commercials that people were watching on TV. People paid a lot of money to advertise these, and that was okay. It's not okay, but oh my god, that one was easy enough to understand. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's next?
Carol, what's the matter?
My coffee. Ed says he gets better coffee at the police station.
Why not try new instant Folgers?
Instant Folgers?
Oh, I said new instant Folgers, Carol. Tastes good as fresh perch because it's made from fresh perch coffee. Then they actually turn that fresh perch coffee into new instant Folgers.
Tastes good as fresh perch because it is. Fresh perch. Mr. McGregor, I'll try it.
Hey, Sarge never made coffee like this.
New instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perch.
I like it better.
Try new instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perch because it is.
I just had the doorbell ring, so I may need to go downstairs. So let me do the commercial. Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Thank God I checked. That was my acrylic case for one of the most valuable video games I own in my collection. So I'm glad I was able to check that. Anyways, this, I won't lie, I don't entirely understand why this one is politically incorrect, and please educate me if I'm wrong or don't understand. Maybe the idea that the female in the relationship has to make good coffee, but or maybe he's a dick about it. That's obvious. But coffee's coffee. But I'm also not a huge coffee drinker. So, but I don't see the political incorrectness in this one myself. But again, please let me know if I am wrong on this one. Okay, continuing on. Sorry, I just want to make sure I can pause.
I'm out of coffee.
Uh-oh.
Coffee. Isn't that wonderful?
Out of coffee?
What a time to run up. And why run up? Now there's a new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. A really big jar of coffee. New giant-size Instant Maxwell House gives you cups and cups and cups. Dozens of extra cups of the coffee with that warm bean flavor. Warm bean flavor because it's made from coffee beans still warm from roasting. That's why new Instant Maxwell House is the freshest tasting coffee yet. So to make sure you've always got plenty of coffee for the man in your house, get the new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. You won't have to run out again.
Okay. So I'm chewing. This one is really obvious. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm having leftover. Actually, it's not even leftover. I never ate it. It was sitting there when I bought it yesterday. But I met some cool people, so I'm okay with that. This one is really obvious. Have coffee on the table for your man. Yeah, they're playing to that unfortunate expectation that women are the home wives and such and such and such, which sadly is still prevalent in most of this country. That one makes total sense. That one is pretty easy to dissect. Let's go to the next one.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through.
Holy, first off, well, no. First off, holy shit, this is the gnarliest toy gun I've ever seen for that time period. I mean, oh my god, it's a freaking mortar. That's got to be really expensive. I mean, oh my god, look at that thing. That's awesome. Look at this thing. Oh my god.
bunker gun, 7 cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7, OMA, the one-man army by Popper.
I actually don't, and I apologize again. I am a man. I am a pacifist. I've never shot a real gun. Never planned on shooting a real gun. Used to play war as kids, but we, little like cap guns and whatnot. I don't know why that one is politically incorrect. I mean, kids nowadays are essentially playing with the same guns, but in a 3D environment with Call of Duty and whatnot, which I guess in some ways is even more. If you want to go with that route of they're engaging in violence, but I'm a video gamer as well, obviously, and no. As long as you make sure that your kids know that it's not real, there should be no issues there. I have played video games my entire life. I'm 32 years old now, and I understand that video games are not real. It is a realm that you can enter to escape reality, but I do not bring that reality back. I know some people do, but a lot of times that has to do with mental illness, and that's a whole different thing. But I don't really know what was wrong about that one, personally. Anyways, this one apparently is April 1st of 1969, so I'm 1969. I'm 19 years away from, well, a little more than that, from being born. So. I couldn't hear that very well, but I think I get what's going on there. They were probably mentioning some sexual innuendos, and I think a lot of car washes back in the day, relied on the idea of like how Hooters is, where women are scantily clad and such and such and such. But I did not hear that very well. But I'm gonna make the assumption that's probably what they were talking about. I can already tell you right now, just with what I'm seeing at the moment, this is gonna be very racist. And, yeah, this is not going to be good, but here we go.
You want to be a frito bandido like me? You do? Then you must sing the bandido song. Let's sing together. You just follow the bouncing Fritos corn chips bag. Ay, 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 ay.
Oh my God.
I am the frito bandido.
Yep, nope. That's, wow.
Corn chips, I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips, I'll get them from you. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I am the frito bandito. Give me Fritos corn chips and I'll be your friend. The frito bandito, you must not offend. Now, boys and girls, you are frito bandidos too. You sing the frito bandido song and you loco for crunchy Fritos corn chips. That's nice. Munch, munch, munchy, munchy Fritos corn chips.
I would kill for that bag, by the way. But, oh my God. Wow. As a Bay Area, native who has met and probably can count more Hispanic, people in general that I've met over my lifetime, that was horrifying. That was pretty horrifying. So, well, I can see how at the time that would have sold the product, but kind of hard to watch nowadays. No lie. Looks like we have 3 minutes left, so probably a couple more commercials. Funny face. What's going on here?
Howdy! Great!
the name? Goofy Grape. But why they call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir. I'm one of the new funny-faced drinks from Pillsbury.
Funny-faced adventure drink.
One of the new funny-faced drinks. Here's what you do. You pour me into a pitcher, add water, don't add sugar. I'm already sweet when you buy me. You can drink all you want. Mom won't mind. 'Cause look, Mom, I'm pre-sweetened without sugar. And so are my friends. Engine Orange.
Oh my god. Okay, first off, the first one is insulting for, you know, especially during the Dust Bowl era. With the quote Okies and whatnot, so you're dealing with that demographic. The Engine. Oh my god, I'm a little bit concerned about what else we're gonna see, but Engine, no.
Rootin' Tootin' Rat.
Rootin' Tootin' Rat. That's, I don't necessarily think that's a freckle face. I don't think that's so bad. Chinese, oh my god. Oh my god, okay. So, no. The middle two, I guess those aren't so bad. But, oh my god. Ah, that's okay. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, if I ever found one of those, though, I would buy them in a heartbeat. That's a piece of history. I don't care how fucking terrible it is. Oh, god damn. Oh my god. Sad thing is that damn car is probably worth some money too. Yeah, no. This should be obvious in a lot of ways. I never even knew that they went this route, because obviously now they have the trio that has been advertising Rice Krispies. They're not even called Rice Crinkles anymore. Oh my god. It's not even like... Anyways. God, you gotta imagine those are some expensive cars nowadays. Wow.
I can't type. I don't take dictation. I won't show you pencil. I can't file. My boss calls me indispensable.
Miss Jones,
Just a minute.
will you make a copy of this?
Naturally. I pushed the button on the Xerox 914. I make perfect copies of whatever my boss needs by just turning a knob and pushing a button. Anything he can see, I can copy in black and white on ordinary paper. And am I fast? I can make 7 copies in a minute. By the way, I never need wet chemicals. My 914 is a dry machine, powder dry. Sometimes my boss asks me which is the original, and sometimes I don't know. Here,
Okay, hold on. My jaw was like on my lap. First off, she's beautiful. She's really, really pretty. Second of all, this is obviously chauvinistic in the most like obnoxious sense of the word. That she has to be the one that does this. I mean, I understand that there's secretaries nowadays, and then that process is still going on to a certain extent. But they're making it seem like, okay, well, she's this unfortunate bumpkin that the only thing she can do is sit there and make copies, which is wrong within itself. I also want to make a point that thinking about this time period, this is probably 50s, maybe 60s, that, I don't know, to me, the idea of making copies is pretty fucking awesome. Like, I don't know, there's just something amazing about the fact that you can make copies even 70 years ago. I don't care if they're black and white. That's got to be such a cool concept. But yeah, horribly chauvinistic. But my goodness, what a beautiful woman too. It's so bad. Alright, what's this?
A working day out here stretches from sunup to sundown, but there's always time for a Marlboro.
I was gonna say this looked like the Marlboro guy. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It was over and we're going to go to the end. Again, and this is mostly because it's tobacco. And we're not down about tobacco anymore. We realize how dangerous tobacco is. So, I think that's the only reason by that one. So, pretty easy. This is also Marlboro. Okay, whoops. This is one my parents smoke too. This is their brand. Not the menthol. Veni Vidi Vici.
Red or green, you get a lot to like in Marlboro country.
Sure. Alright. So, Defunct TV, the history of... Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll have to go with that one another day. Pardon me, anyways.
You're already doing it.
Stop.
Managing tasks.
Stop.
Problem solving.
Stop.
Organizing data.
Fucking mouse. Anyways. Yeah. Go back over there. Yeah. That's kind of my opinion on that particular video and what I've seen. I could be entirely wrong. In fact, I'm sure I'm entirely wrong in a lot of aspects. I am limited to my own perspective, and I would love to hear from anyone else that happens to watch this. But those were some supposedly politically incorrect videos. Like I said, the tobacco ones, I don't disagree with the fact that they are incorrect, but I don't know if politically incorrect would work for those. But the main ones, the ones that involve women being denigrated to a certain position in life, those are absolutely wrong. But yeah, I figure that's something. I will do my Anna series maybe tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, so I might get a big opportunity tomorrow or not. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know yet, so we'll find out. But for now, I figure this is a little way to coax people and I wanted to continue to watch. We will also be doing our live stream. So if anyone is watching this and happens to make it to this point, we will be doing a live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. That is 4/23/2021 at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be doing some Jackbox games. Please join in if you are interested. We are the nicest group of people you'll ever run into. I can tell you right now. I'm probably the meanest guy, and I could really give a shit about myself. So everyone else is super, super kind. It's chill. We just play, and we just enjoy our time together. on a Friday evening. So if you want to join in, by all means do so. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I am the Crappy Gamer, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that may end up happening. Until then, clue.